I want to start with something I've seen over and over again in my work. As a realtor, I meet hardworking people every single week. Teachers, nurses, union workers, city employees, entrepreneurs, young couples starting families, people doing everything right. They've got stable jobs, they pay their bills, they're trying to build a future, and yet, when they finally sit down and try to buy a home, the dream of homeownership doesn't feel like a dream anymore. It feels like a wall. And that wall is called affordability, because today, for the majority of home buyers, especially first-time buyers, homeownership isn't being decided by motivation or work ethic, it's being decided by math, and for too many people, the math simply doesn't work. Let me explain what I mean. When most people think about buying a house, they think about the sales price. Can I afford a $300,000 home, a $400,000 home? But the real question is, can you afford the monthly payment comfortably without becoming house poor? Because the monthly payment is not just the mortgage, it's the mortgage plus property taxes, it's homeowner's insurance, it's mortgage insurance if your down payment is low, it's repairs, maintenance, utilities, and in many areas, it's HOA fees, flood insurance, or higher insurance premiums. So, what happens? A buyer walks in excited, hopeful, ready, and then we run the numbers, and suddenly they realize, what I qualify for, and what I can truly afford, are two very different things, and that's the first hard truth. Wages didn't rise the way housing costs did. In a lot of markets, home prices climb faster than incomes, and when income doesn't keep up, buyers fall behind, no matter how responsible they are. Interest rates change the entire reality. Even if a home price stays the same, the cost of borrowing can change everything. A small difference in interest rates can mean hundreds of dollars more per month, not because buyers are doing worse, but because the cost of money is higher. Down payments and closing costs are a second barrier. Even if someone can afford the payment, they still need cash to close. Down payment, closing costs, inspections, appraisal, moving costs, reserves. For many households, that's not a sacrifice Starbucks problem. This is a whole second rent payment every month for years problem. And let's be honest, rent has been high too, so saving becomes harder at the exact moment you need to save the most. The market can be brutal to regular buyers. There are still situations where buyers compete with cash offers, investors, and stronger offers that waive protections. And I'm saying this as an investor too. When regular families are consistently outmatched, it changes the entire system. It's not just competition, it's discouragement. And that discouragement is becoming normalized. People are starting to believe that homeownership is only for the lucky, or the already wealthy, or the people who bought at the right time. When homeownership becomes out of reach for the majority, it doesn't just hurt individuals, it reshapes society. Because homeownership has historically been one of the most reliable ways Americans build wealth, through equity, stability, and predictable housing costs over time. If families can't buy, they can't build equity. If they can't build equity, the wealth gap widens. And if the wealth gap widens, we create two Americas, one that owns assets, and one that rents them. And that is not sustainable. So what do? First, we tell the truth. Without shame. We stop treating affordability like a personal failure. This is not about people being lazy. This is not about people not wanting it badly enough. This is about a market where the cost of housing has outpaced the financial reality of the average household. Second, we push for solutions that actually increase access. More housing supply, not just luxury, but entry-level housing. Smarter zoning and development that allows reasonable density. Programs that help first-time buyers with down payment and closing costs. Consumer protection and transparency, so buyers aren't forced into risky decisions. And education, real education, so people understand credit, debt to income, budgeting, and the true cost of ownership. And finally, we hold on to the part that still matters. The dream is not dead, but the dream needs a strategy. If you're a buyer, my message is, don't give up, get prepared, improve credit, reduce debt strategically, learn what you can do, what programs exist, and what path fits your reality. Whether that's a starter home, a two-family, house hacking, or even waiting with a plan. And if you're a leader, a policymaker, a lender, a builder, or someone with influence, my message is simple. A housing market that only works for the top percentage is not a healthy market. Homeownership should be a realistic goal for the people who keep our communities running, not a luxury item. Because the American dream isn't supposed to be reserved for the few, it's supposed to be reachable for the many.